Embracing the wild and the city. Not Sex and the City, is Wild and the City.
Hi, I'm Olivia Sayward, and I'm inviting different practitioners from Berlin or outside of Berlin into conversations around kind of the theme of coming home to Earth and how we have found our ways to connect to the Earth, or methods of healing or connecting to the body. And today I have Alex with me of Wild Anima, and
And we have a train.
And Alex is a sound artist, and so we're going to be talking about sound and music today, and also plants and some other topics. And so one of the first things I guess I'm curious about is how growing up in France and in Greece and that kind of very like mystical Mediterranean combination has influenced your work.
Yeah. That's very new for me, that it's come up to my conscious life. So I was born in France. I grew up in France with Greek parents, and I had that mix, so of like going to school in France and having the French conditioning, but with this underlayer of Greek culture and Greek, maybe I would say mysticism in some way. I was going to speak French. Or Greek, lore, folklore, myth, because it's very part of the Greek culture still, even though it doesn't look like, but the ways people interact and the superstitions are still very much intertwined with ancient Greece, some things. And also the whole area of the Mediterranean and Anatolian place. Yeah, so I grew up in Paris, which was kind of a concrete jungle in the suburbs of Paris, and going to Greece in summer holidays, which are like over 2 months in France. And we have also smaller holidays throughout the year, in Easter and Christmas, and spending these times in Greece. And both of these cultures, the French culture is very like celebratory of arts, intellectual culture, philosophy, history, which I would learn a lot in school and just by being there. And in Greece, it was for me a big time of being in the wilderness. Both of my parents come from small villages, like a lot of people in Greece. People spend their time in the village in holidays. And back then, in the 90s, I would spend a lot of time with my grandmothers, and there was barely, like, there was no toilets in the house, for example. In one of the houses of my grandmother's, you had to go outside, and there were chicken around, and I would spend a lot of time in the wilderness in Crete, with other kids, and I think this was a very strong influence on everything I am today.
Yeah. There's so many like myths and stories and surrounding Crete specifically too.
Yeah.
And with Paris, like I found it very interesting getting to know you a bit, how these are all like these sites, or even historically ancient sites, of kind of goddess archetypes and femininity.
Yeah.
And I'll come back to that
in
a bit, but how did sound and music come into the picture?
Right. So definitely the myth aspect was a huge influence on how I started interacting with sound. But as a child, I started doing music kind of early. not only music, it was also dance, theater. Yeah, my mom didn't have that kind of upbringing, so she put me in many kind of like arts classes, and I started with drumming, waiting to get into the classical guitar class. So as a kid, I learned in a conservatoire music, and I would connect very strongly with the sound of the guitar. And that grew in me through the years, and as a teenager, I of course went deep into rock music and also electronic music. But in high school, you had an option to go to music class, and we studied electroacoustic music, which you listen to in an acousmonium. It's a place with specific speakers and usually like classical music instruments, like can be an orchestra. And we studied this piece called in French, le plein du vide, so the fullness of emptiness. And that was my introduction to Taoism.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's like,
yeah,
like you were saying that, I was just picturing you being thrown into the void.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that was huge. That was like a big moment. Like, whoa, you can do philosophy and sound at the same time, like, and with sounds transcending speech and beingness. And so then it evolved into seeking sound as a material. I discovered musique concrète. That was the one of the first movements using just sounds as material for creating soundscapes and music, and went in a deep rabbit hole of that type of stuff, even like electronic music of the 2000s. I moved to England, inspired by that, and in a quest of sound and spirituality.
Which part of England?
I moved to Bristol.
Okay.
Which
yeah,
I'm now.
That's fun.
Yeah, exactly. For electronic music, I was a fan of trip hop and drum and bass.
Amazing.
And now I'm discovering that it was also very, very synchronistic, or like fitting, that I moved to Bristol with the energies of that city and the place Somerset and Glastonbury.
Yeah, exactly. I know, that just gave me chills, but like that,
right?
That's like another one of those like centers of, I mean, I'm super into all like sacred sites and like places on the planet being like an energy portal. So it's interesting that you've been like spent like significant time in some of these
absolutely.
significant like energetic points.
I'm just now kind of connecting the dots. One of the things that really animate me at the moment is the whole druid movement, which I had a kind of a cliche idea, like I shared with you earlier. But yeah, thinking about Bristol, I'm like, okay, it's like kind of not a coincidence I went there in the first place.
Yeah, you picked up some...
I feel like my spirit picked up.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. So yeah, that's the influence.
And then how did your connection to Berlin happen?
Berlin, it was happening in parallel to that. I was actually first drawn to Berlin. My sister-not-in-law, like we call ourselves sisters, but our parents married, and my sister Pauline is half Austrian, and she was studying German at school, and she did an exchange when she was 16 and came back. She was staying 6 months here. She came back and she was like, you have to go to Berlin. And so I did, my first year in 2008.
Okay, so you came to Berlin in 2008.
Yeah, and some areas were completely different from now. And since that time when I came, I just fell in love with Berlin. Berlin loves me back. and kept coming back in short trips until years later when I spent more time here. And it was always a very creative sanctuary for me. Very, yeah.
And then, I had a question that like popped up spontaneously, but it's maybe it'll come back. But you've now started to dip into like sound healing,
yes,
as well.
Yeah.
That was like a sigh of relief.
Oh yeah. It feels like that. It feels like a relief.
Yeah. So what's been the most interesting part of, going deeper into sound healing work?
Well, I think something we didn't mention yet is that I work with plant music.
Oh yeah, we're coming to that.
So this is also a way that's guided me back, I would say, to sound healing. I think sound healing was present maybe as early as this piece I saw, the fullness of emptiness. I slowly the first time I heard they were called cloud balls at the time. The first time I heard crystal balls was in Glastonbury in a shop in 2012, I think. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I started to discover this movement of sound healing. It was kind of obvious, like, oh, this is it. But yeah, it took me years to fully integrate it. Although when I tell people since the last 2 years, I'm doing sound healing now, everyone is like, of course, like you were already doing that. But to my awareness and path, it seems like a new integration. And this is fantastic. It's just working with sound in such a way is amazing. Yeah.
And before I ask you about like the more planty topics,
Yes.
what do you? I feel like sound healing has exploded, at least in Berlin.
Yeah.
It's like everywhere. It's offered in yoga studios and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips of like almost like what to look for, or like how to see through I don't know what you call it.
The bullshit.
Yeah.
No, it's a joke. Everyone has something to give and it's great, but so I think that's why it took me years to fully like publicly say I do sound healing as well, because that was already there before, this like sense of like, oh, it's like there's a lot of appropriation of healing methods, and some things feel like a bit charlatan. Do you say that in English?
Yeah, charlatan.
Yeah, like, you know, like a kind of woo-woo fake stuff. But I think it's really great that there is this that this is happening in Berlin. I think it's amazing, and that's allowed me to actually embrace that too. I think when you look for something, first you trust your intuition. I think our hearts know. It's always good to see if the person is trained, of course. And it's not to say that you have to be trained, like ancestral healers and shamans didn't have a certificate or anything like that. It's not about a certificate, but in our day and age, maybe it's nice when people know what they're doing, especially with sound, because it acts in a deep cellular way. So just seeing if the person is trained, and usually the less someone is bragging about what they do, the you know, it's kind of the obvious. But
Yeah. Yeah, because I've definitely been to some sound healings where I just was like,
yeah, it's hit too loudly, or
yeah, or like a wrong pattern. I'm not sure, but yeah. But it's fascinating. I want to understand more.
Yeah, I can see you integrating some things with your guided meditations and quantum journeys.
And then when did plants become more of a topic for you?
Officially, I think was that year 2018. Well, before that year, it was always the nature. The nature was, I don't know, always part of me. And then I had this kind of self-awakening, reading Stephen Banner's book, The Secret Teachings of Plants, at the same time as going to Iceland for a creative residency for a month, which completely opened my heart and to the earth and the awareness of the consciousness of the earth. And that brought me to the intelligence of plants. I don't know where to start. But I think the first thing was actually the heart. Learning about the power of the heart, of our heart organ, that is like a sixth sense. Yeah, that was the first. My heart brought me to the plants. And the plants bring me back to my heart also. Yeah, it's kind of this spiraling.
Yeah, I can resonate with that. I think for me too, the first step was like opening the heart more, and in order to be able to even perceive like the subtler layers. And for me, it also came through heartbreak.
Yeah.
But then also a lot of stillness and a lot of time in nature at the same time.
Yeah.
And then also reading a couple. There was like I can't remember the title, but it was like the Sufi path of knowing the heart, something like that.
With Rumi, or not?
It wasn't. There might have been like Rumi quotes spread throughout it, but it was.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of one of those first books where it was like just about the heart. It's like a whole other way of perceiving the world.
Wow.
So yeah, that makes.
Very
sense,
interesting.
because it does feel like the first step in order to be able to connect on
the
subtler layers with nature.
Absolutely, and that's what Stephen Banner is explaining really well in the book, The Secret Teachings of Plants. It's all scientific, poetic, spiritual. It's amazing.
And then, are there some first plants that you then started connecting with that kind of like grabbed your attention?
It was really the earth. It started with the earth itself, the planet Earth. I think mugwort. Mugwort was here before, but with my inner awakening, I think mugwort was a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw a title yesterday from Seja Papam. I didn't watch the video yet, but it was actually something about mugwort being for the highly sensitive.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, where do you see the kind of overlap between working with plants or nature intelligence and sound healing or sound artistry?
Yeah. That's what I'm exploring. I realized that more than a musician, I'm more of a researcher, and that feels more fitting. I feel more in my place. So it's what I'm exploring. I don't know if I can properly express it now, but I'm very interested to see the healing power of using music of plants, which is translated through bioelectric sensors, and see how that affects our health and, well, both how we coexist together with plants. And thanks to that system, we don't need the system, because we can also use our heart sense, for example.
Yeah.
But it helps to also for a human
To have like
perception.
an anchor.
Yeah, for a
almost.
human perception. Also, music is it's sound and music. It's so special to, I would say, to humans, but to animals as well, and to plants too. The sound is really important, and it helps us to remember, exist, that we exist. And
Yeah. I found it interesting too how many videos have been coming out recently of like people playing music for animals.
yeah, I love it.
I don't remember seeing that so much a couple of years
So
ago. But like now it's like playing for crocodiles, playing for lions, playing for all sorts of animals. And like they always like come close and just like lay down.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, or this one woman who like plays with her horse, and the horse like tries to like strum the guitar too. Yeah.
So good. That's the future.
Yeah.
Horses playing harps.
It's like a good band name.
Yeah. Maybe we should start it.
I don't know if I'm ready quite yet. Are there any plants that are kind of working with you, or that you're working with at the moment?
For plant music, I mostly use, or I co-create with houseplants, but I love to listen to plants in the wild as well. In that sense of directly working with a plant, I haven't explored yet. I feel like I'm taking my time.
Mm-hmm.
People always tell me, oh, wow, when they discover the device, are you always listening to plants and doing this? And actually not at all. I'm very slow. I take there's something a bit sacred about it for me. And I don't like the idea of using the plants, but yeah, just doing it together. So for now, it's more of working with spirit of plants. I'm getting to know that more holistic way of knowing the plant kingdom and the nature kingdom with spirits. So that's what I'm exploring right now. Yeah. But when you said that, I thought of calendula, which we are drinking now. It's funny.
Yeah.
I love calendula. It's a great healer plant.
Yeah, it is. I haven't worked with it so much myself yet, but I can. There's like a certain sense of of its energy. It's also very Mediterranean. The first time I ever really like connected to it was in the Mediterranean.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading the Plant Spirit Healing of Pam Montgomery. I guess it's like a Bible for plant people.
Yeah, that one's
one
great.
of them. And she describes meeting the first time the spirit of calendula as this woman, Mary Gold. And my friend, one of my friends' artist name is Mary Gold. So I was like, wow. And this woman dancing with a big orange skirt. It's a really nice little passage of the book. I love it.
And then let's go into kind of your whole work, or like curiosity around mythology, and how did that kind of weave into the whole tapestry that you're creating?
Yes, they were part of my children's stories, children bedtime stories. My parents would read them in Greek, And slowly I grew an awareness of the deeper meaning behind the stories. And my parents are psychologists as well, so maybe unconsciously I understood that there was some symbolism inside. And as I grew and started engaging with art and music, I was very, very interested into the, like it's like a map of the psyche. I understood there's something there. And the work of Clarissa Pinkola Estes, the psychologist who wrote Women Who Run with the Wolves, and really loving the way she dives into this Jungian approach of the psyche with folk stories. And I always thought, wow, there's so much to dig into the myths as well. So also recently realized that it's completely linked to plants.
Yeah.
Almost every myth has a plant as well, so very interested to dig into that and the sacred symbolism of plants and their archetypal characters, the mythical characters. Yeah.
And is there a certain myth that you've been, I don't know, reading, thinking about, turning over in your mind recently?
Recently it's Dionysos, the god of, we see him as the god of wine. But wow, it was a beautiful realization that is a lot more than that. He's a god of nature, like Artemis can be as well, a goddess of nature. He's another face of that. He's a trickster, but a healing one also. He's like, when you think things should be square, and he's here to fart in your face and be like, yeah, it doesn't have to be like that. And so he's connected to the vine with its roots and very healing power of the grapes, and ivy. Ivy has been a big plant for me at the moment. Ivy, who stays green in the winter and climbs to the trees. But the first myth, one of the first myths that were close to me were Persephone and Odysseus. Yeah, they're the ones. They're always there. Actually, I was running somewhere in my mind, trying to understand deeper layers.
Yeah, it's always interesting how they keep coming back. Or
yeah.
Yeah, I have some friends who do a kind of a reading group where they've been doing a lot of books having to do with mythology, and I missed the last book that had to do with Dionysus. But it was pretty interesting because they were pulling a lot of, or my friend did some more research into it and was seeing the parallels also to Jesus and to lots of other stories. And
yeah,
it's super, Jesus and the wine and all these things. She described it very very coherently.
Yeah.
But it was it sparked my curiosity too to go deeper into that myth and learn more. And I've definitely met a handful of Dionysus characters in my life who's have that archetype, and so it's quite useful to understand these myths more and then be able to see them in people.
Yes,
and then
that's the point.
Know what they're holding, or kind of what to maybe watch out for, or just to accept and be compassionate towards.
Yeah, and recognize it in us as well. So there's this mirroring.
Yeah, I have the Artemis and Persephone archetypes come up the most for me.
Yeah, Artemis, of course, I don't even mention it. Yeah, okay.
How can people work with you?
So I have my main project of music is Wild Anima, so I do concerts. I have music online, on all streaming platforms, but I also have a project dedicated to plant music called Supernatural. And this is dedicated to introduce people to plant intelligence through what I call in French sieste musicale. So it's like a listening session of plants where you can relax, and so that's all on my website, wildanimamusic.com. And I also do healing work with plant music and sound healing and herbal tarot. That's also on my website. Everything is together. And I do workshops with Supernatural, so yeah.
And do you have any advice for people of like maybe first steps with regards to sound healing or working with plants?
If people are looking for that, right? Yeah, spend time in the forest. The trees are your first teachers for sound as well. And for sound healing, yeah, look for the masters. Learn from the masters and be humble. Let them guide you on your path, and yeah, stay in your heart.
That's all really good advice. Then thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. It's great.
And Alex and I are gonna do an event together in September, all around plants of the moon. So we'll be combining music and meditation to connect to elder and mugwort and yarrow. And we haven't finalized the location yet, but follow us to find out about when that will be. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Do all the standard things like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
And you will be able to find all of our information below the video and commented below the video. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Olivia.